Happy Mother's Day, ladies. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. And happy Mother's Day to all the women that nurture, that love, that care, that provide, that nourish. Happy Mother's Day to you, ladies. Um, I know I had originally planned on going live earlier, much earlier, 2 hours ago to be exact. But it is a holiday, and um, things happen, things come up. And so I'm glad to be here now. I'm glad to be able to talk to you ladies now. And I just want to share with you a quick message that was given to me as I meditated this morning. So, again, happy Mother's Day, but not just to all the women who have physically bared and birthed children, but happy Mother's Day to the women, again, that love, that nurture, that provide, and that care for children, because the children need it, right? The babies need it. So thank you all. As you come in, say hey to me. I want to know that I'm talking to somebody. I would greatly appreciate that, right? So here's what I want you mothers to know on today and every day. I want you to know that you are loved. Y'all know that song by what's my girl's name? Cleo Soul. Know that you are loved. That's not the tempo of the song. I'm just trying to hear it and sing it. But I want you to know that you are loved. And I want to say to you to really honor your children. And here's why. Here's why. Unconditional love in this human experience is rare. Let's just be real. Unconditional love in this human experience is rare. But what I know from experience is that a child loves a mother unconditionally. And you want to honor that, ladies, because not always will your partner, your man, your whoever give you that love and that honor despite your mistakes, right? Despite your shortcomings. But a child, a child will. So I want to tell you, mothers, today to honor the role of mother. Mother is, and y'all know this, right? Y'all know this from experience, but mother is the most challenging title and role that we will ever carry, that we will ever hold on to. And it starts from conception, definitely into labor and delivery, and then the rearing, the raising of these children. It's the most challenging role, but it's the most rewarding one. And what Spirit was telling me this morning about why it's so important to honor your children. They say, the Bible used to say, it still says, the Bible says, honor thy mother and thy father, or thy days will be shortened. But today, this morning, I woke up with a deep desire to honor my children, the little beings who made me a mother. And here's why. Here's why. I said this when we were live with Brother Yosef on Thursday. But for me personally, I did not know my own strength until becoming a mother. I didn't know my own strength until I became a mother. I don't even think I knew who I was until I became a mother. So yes, when they say children are a gift, it's for real. In a spiritual sense, they're a gift for awakening. They're a gift of strength. They're a gift of spiritual gifts and power coming online. And that's the truth. Each child, each child that you bear and give birth to, each child that you conceive, let's start there. Each child that you conceive comes with a spiritual message, comes with a spiritual essence, comes with a reason, a rhyme and a reason as to why they are being called to you. But here's the thing, mothers. We can get so caught up in the everyday of providing, feeding, nourishing, loving, caring. And we sometimes we lose sight of the purpose that that child serves in our life. Like I want y'all to really ask yourself this. What purpose does each child serve in your life? To me right now, being a mother, like I'm saying, like being a mother is not just like, this is very spiritual. This is heavy spiritual work, you know? Very heavy spiritual work. And today, and this is why I wanted to go live real quick. I'm not going to be here long. I'm not going to be here on this live long. But I wanted to just come to you all, come to you ladies and say, today, ask yourself, if you have multiple children like me, ask yourself, what has this child come to teach me? And spend time honoring, nurturing, and loving on that. Because to bear fruit, to bear fruit of the womb, it's a gift from God for real. But I think a lot of times we forget about the gift that each child is, the spiritual gift that each child is. I'll give you a great example of this. Here's a very real example of this. Our first child, KJ, the gift that he has given me is the gift of awareness. Like through him, I've been able to see and observe my own programs, my own biases, my own judgments, right? He's literally the spark of consciousness for me. He's the spark of my awareness and me tapping into this understanding that there's more than what meets the eye. What a gift he has been, he is to me. Our second child, Kara, she has brought the gift of, I want to say she's brought the gift of true spiritual power. When I was pregnant with her, this is when I started getting busy into the spiritual work. See, KJ was just a realization of, aha, there's more happening in life. This is when I became aware, like, oh, things are really not what they seem. There's a greater divine aspect at play. That's what KJ was. But then Kara came in and was like, but there's work that has to be done to truly tap into this power. There's healing that has to be done to truly understand this power, this essence. That's what Kara brought. Kara brought like, I'm coming in fast. I'm coming in strong because I'm here to let you know. I'm here to let you know that yes, you can have this awareness and you can have this knowledge, but you got to operate it. That's what she brought. And I think that's why we didn't have another child for 4 years after Kara was born, because there's so much work, there's so much spiritual work, there's so much purging, there's so much healing, there's so much putrefaction and purification that happens when you fully understand that this spiritual path, this spiritual walk, is not just about the books. It's not just about the books. It's not just about the tarot readings. It's not just about the astrology. It's about the refinement of who you are. And then here comes Kimmy, who what she's been teaching me is independence and sovereignty. She's been teaching me that you know, to, in a sense, stand on my own 2 feet, right? Stand on my own 2 feet, to be grounded, to be connected, and to understand that there is a fine balance that has to be had between the spirit realm and the physical realm. You know, um, when she was born through her labor and delivery, some of y'all know this, but she was born by emergency C-section. And when she was born, and I was getting that emergency C-section, I was being put to sleep, y'all. I was literally in between the realms of life and death, and I had to be speaking like, we're making it through this. We are getting through this. We are going to be here. We are going to exist. We are going to love on each other. We will not transition today. But I was in those realms to where I easily could have chosen in that moment. I could have chosen, you know what, spirit, I'm good. I've done enough in this human experience. You know, she could have made that decision. She could have made the decision that she only wanted to be here for an hour, 10 hours, 12 hours. So for the entire time that we were in the hospital with Kimmy, we were in those realms fighting for our lives, fighting to be here, fighting to be present. And so she's taught me the very fine balancing act between spirituality and the human experience, and being grounded and not always being so all up in the realms, right? Like, some shit gets real in this physical earthly experience. And then the baby that I'm carrying now, sheesh, I'm already having so many downloads, so many things come through. So I won't share today all of what this child is teaching just yet, because there's so much more learning to go. But I say this to say to all the mothers out there, and to everybody, all of you have mothers as well, whether they are here in the physical or they're in spirit already, is that as a child, you come bearing a gift for your mother. You come bearing a gift for your mother. And as mothers, as mothers, forget about the roses and the flowers and the bracelets and the necklaces and all of the happy Mother's Day gifts, even though we love it, right? We're always open to receiving good things, right? But I just want us as mothers today to honor those lessons and honor those gifts that each child we've birthed or we've conceived have come to teach us. Even mothers who have had miscarriages or even abortions or even a stillbirth. There's a gift in that. And we want to be able to realize and understand what that gift is and honor it. Because the truth about it, y'all, is that becoming a mother is an activation. Matter of fact, right now, in the chat or in the comments for the people who will listen to this later, if you have 1 child, 2 child, 3 children, let me know in the chat if you know the gift that your child or children has come to bring you. Let me know if you are aware of it. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the chat. But yeah, I just woke up this morning and as I meditated, Spirit was like, mothers need to really know and understand that when we become pregnant, there's actually a Bible verse for this. I'm about to try to find it. Romans, is it Romans? It's Romans 12 something, I believe. No, I can't think of what it is, but it's a Bible verse that I was just tapping in with just a few weeks ago, where I remember the words. Let me see if I can find the words. While I'm doing that, y'all, really quickly, I want to know in the chat if you know the gift of your children. I want to know. Let me see. Um, Children are the heir of God. Ooh, I Bible verse. That's so true. Let me know in the chat. But there's this Bible verse that says, children are the heirs of God, right? And that's just such, man. So let me just wrap this up here by just saying, ladies, today, take a moment to appreciate the activation that each of your children have gifted you with, even in the challenges, even in the hardship. Because I will not sit up here and act like my children have not caused me tears. They have. Each of them have in different ways. Each of them, I mean, KJ, he constantly teaches me to release my fears, release the childhood traumas and hurts that I've experienced, right? I mean, I'm constantly observing him and being reminded to like let go, surrender. With Kara, I'm constantly being reminded with her to don't be afraid of my emotions. If I gotta cry, cry. If I gotta cry, cry. Feel how I feel. Speak my truth. Something that Kara used to do is when she would get in trouble, and we're working on it. But I see that she's teaching me this lesson because a lot of times, still to this day with me, if something is hurting me or bothering me or causing me to feel emotion, it's not always easy for me to talk about it. Like sometimes I would rather just sit in silence and not deal with it, which can be beneficial, but on the opposite side, it can be unhealthy, right? So observing her, I'm like, okay, I need to be able to say what I'm feeling and be okay with it. So she teaches me that. Kimmy, straight firecracker, straight. This is my world. This is what I want to do. This is how I'm doing it. I'm running the show. And that's an energy that I have to embrace. Stephanie said, first child, he's showing self-expression and how to be myself. Beautiful gift. And so, ladies, I say happy Mother's Day to all of the women who are mothers. And I just want you to take a moment today, as I've been able to do this, which is why I'm making this video. But today, I've just been able to sit in the gratitude and the realization of how my children have activated certain things inside of me. I didn't know I was a healer until I had kids. I didn't know that I could read minds and understand this unspoken language until I had kids. And so I think a lot of times society teaches us that our kids, it's like they didn't ask to be here and all of these things like that and da 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 da. Well, they did ask to be here. If they didn't ask to be here, they wouldn't be here. If we just being all the way real from a spiritual perspective. But I think as mothers, whether you have children, that adult children or young children, Like, just think about, because this is what really happens when we become adults. When we become adults, when we become grown, it just becomes, and we're learning this as children. Honor thy mother and father, honor thy mother and father, which I 100% agree to that, because these are your mother and your father for a reason. But what about mothers and fathers taking a moment to truly honor the child that has activated and awakened certain things inside of them? I think when we step out of the role and the indoctrination of what a mother has to be, we can truly receive the fullness of what our children have come to show us from a spiritual perspective and from a spiritual place. And when we can receive that, this is when mother and even father becomes something so much greater than just a caretaker and a provider. And that's just the energy that I'm picking up on today. And let me tell y'all something so divine. I want to share this with y'all really quickly. Yesterday my mom came over and she brought me a Mother's Day gift. This was so special. And it solidifies what I'm talking about right now. My mother came over yesterday, y'all, and she brought me a Mother's Day gift, and it was a picture, some sort of like wooden picture. And on the picture, it's a woman. Clearly she's Black because she has a fro. Actually, the woman is all Black and she has words that are in her hair and in her body. And there's a butterfly on the picture as well. And on the picture it says, "I love the woman who I've become because I fought to be her." Let me say it again. My mother bought me a picture for Mother's Day. And on the picture, it says, "I love the woman that I've become because I fought to be her." And when my mother brought it over, she said, "I feel like this is you. I feel like this is something you would say. And I feel like this is how I feel about you. I feel like this is how we see you." Now hear what I'm saying to you. My mother basically has said how she sees me, her child, is a woman who loves and honors who she is today, who I am today, because I fought to be her. Why is that so special? That is so special because I am not the woman, I am not the person who society has told me to be. Right? I grew up in the church. I was in the singing choir. My mama probably wanted me to be a lawyer. My mama probably wanted me to do all of these different things. And I took a different path. But for my mother to gift me with that, it says to me that I've actually activated something inside of her that says, be who you want to be. I'm showing my mother, this is what I'm telling you, your children, they come with a gift and you have to be able to see it and receive it and allow that observation, allow that activation to truly set in so that you can be who you're meant to be. And so for my mother to see this picture and says, "This is for my daughter." What that says to me is that what I've activated inside of her through just me being me, I've activated into her that she don't got to live by no standard or no status quo. I've activated in her that she can say fuck the system, that she can create her own rules, that she can choose herself, that she can not have to follow the standards that society has placed out there for her. I've activated into her that she can be who she wants to be and not who the world has told her to be. That's powerful. And so when I saw that picture, I was like, wow, Mom, like This is how you see me. I did fight to become this woman that I am today. I fought my mother to become this woman that I am today. I fought my father to become the woman that I am today. I've had to fight, society to become the woman that I am today and still am. Okay. So, what I'm saying to you, ladies who have children, or ladies who nurture and who love, just take a moment today as you are being showered with love and appreciation, which you should be receiving that. You deserve that. As you are being showered with that love and appreciation, no matter whether your child is living or not, whether you actually got to birth that child or miscarried, I send all of you love. And then also for people whose mother has made the transition or you have an estranged relationship with your mother, I want you today to take a moment to be in both of those roles, to be in the role of mother and observe the activation from your children, the healing that your children has bestowed upon you, the spiritual power that your children has gifted you with. But also take a moment to appreciate yourself as somebody's child. Whether your mother, like my mother, she didn't consciously say, Desiree, you've awakened this inside of me. She didn't consciously say that, but just based off what she gifted me with, I can see and observe exactly what happened. And so I have to take a moment to appreciate myself for that. So some of you may have relationships with your mother and it's stagnant and it's chaotic and it's everywhere. But whether your mother realizes it or not, you are a gift to her. And I don't care if she doesn't have the capacity to express that to you. I'm expressing it to you right now. You're a gift to your mother. And start treating yourself like it. Okay? And so that's just the Mother's Day energy that was coming in for me today. And so I'm going to, just spend time today just hugging on my kids because I wouldn't be who I am today without them. And for women who do not have children, I just want you to take a moment to allow some young person in your life, whether it's a niece, a nephew, a student who's in your class, or a friend's child, allow those children to teach you something. Allow those children to teach you something about yourself. Okay? The role of mother, the role of nurturer is the most challenging and yet the most rewarding thing that we will ever do. But if we could receive the gift that each child, each innocent spirit that comes into our lives, if we could take a moment to just honor them, receive them, I know within my heart that it would make this role that we are in a little bit easier. Just a little bit easier. It probably won't be much easier, but it'll make this role a little bit easier. Because you start to understand, like, yes, I birthed this little person. Yes, I care for this little person. Yes, I have to provide for this little person. But they also birthed me. They're also teaching me. They're also activating me. And I think that's the greatest gift that a mother could ever receive. There is no flower. There is no necklace, no card. There is nothing in this material world that can truly show a mother gratitude and appreciation for embodying that role in doing this hard work. I just don't think that it is. I mean, you get the flowers, they look beautiful, but in a week or two, they're going to die. You get the bracelet, you get the necklace, whatever, you may not even wear it. You may not even use it. I mean, there have been so many gifts that I've received that I'm just like, okay, thank you, I love it, you know. And I remember a few Mother's Days ago, Dream bought me like all of these different beautiful pajamas, and I loved them, and I wore them for a little bit. But then I got pregnant, I couldn't even fit them. So now who knows where those things are at? But the number one gift of motherhood that will never go away is looking at those children and appreciating what they've awakened inside of me. Yeah. So that's my gift to you ladies, right? My gift to you ladies is just reminding you that when shit gets hard, because it does get hard, one, you're not alone. You're not alone. If you need another mother, in fact, I had a conversation with a mother. I had a consultation with a mother a few days ago, actually, who was feeling overwhelmed and just like, oh my God, this mother role, I mean, it was just a lot. And that was a beautiful conversation that her and I had. And we were able to put some things in place for her to create balance between being a mother and then being herself, being her own divine sacred self. Um, so you're not alone. If you're needing support managing and balancing, whether you are a mother who's married or you're a single mother, give me a call. I'm here for you. Um, I grew up with a single mother. And so I have a very intimate understanding on what single motherhood is from the perspective of a child. And I've been able to observe my mother go from being super masculine, working hard, stressed out, unhappy, to happy, healed, in love, supported, and growing and blossoming and blooming. So I'm here to support you with that. And then, like I said, if you're in a relationship, that don't mean mothering gets easier. That doesn't mean that it's still not challenging, because it is. You may have a great husband who's there, and yet and still it's mommy, mommy, mommy. I swear. I don't know if our kids, it's mommy. All right. So I'm here for you ladies for that. So that's my message for y'all. I hope that it gives y'all something to feel good about. And then lastly, even for those of you whose mothers have made the transition, if you are here, then you know that death is not real. Yes, we grieve. Yes, we hurt. Yes, we feel that pain. But I want you to know that there is a gift that you've given your mother that she is still utilizing today, though she is in the astral, though she has moved on. There's some wisdom, there's some insight, there's some love, there's some spiritual understanding that you've gifted your mother. So instead of remaining in the hurt and pain surrounding her not being here, I want you to take a moment to and smile. Just smile at the thought of your mother, at the thought of y'all's time together. And just have gratitude in your heart for the lessons that she's taught you, but also the gifts that you've given her. Okay. And y'all have a happy Mother's Day. I look forward to talking to y'all soon. I plan on going live more often, but we'll see. I move based off of spirit. And I hope this video gives you mothers and you women that nurture some perspective and um, something that keeps you grounded as being a mother gets hard. Because I tell you, it gets hard. Making lunch and folding clothes and bathing kids and managing their emotions and their mind and making sure that that you're nurturing who they divinely are so that they live in their power. It's hard. It is. And so I just hope that this perspective of motherhood keeps you rooted in the work and allows you to grow so that your growth and your cup watering over, your cup running over, is what waters your children into being who they were designed and meant to be. All right. Thank you, ladies and brothers who are here too. I see y'all brothers in the building too. I appreciate y'all for always supporting. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace and love.